Hi, this is Micah McBride with Shumway Van Hansen. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a recent case that came out in Arizona. There was a California family law attorney who was recently charged with the murder of his stepson in Arizona. And the case went to trial, as a murder charge often does. They're pretty serious cases, so you don't see them plea out as often as you do other kinds of criminal cases because there's so much at stake. Now, the thing that made this case unique was that at the end of the trial, the jury returned a verdict against this attorney. Now, normally when that happens, that's it. The person can appeal because there was some kind of error during the trial, but in this case, this attorney made a couple motions to the court. One of them was to say that the results of the trial should be set aside because there was an error when the prosecutors brought something up that they weren't supposed to bring up. Now, the judge didn't really care about that. It wouldn't have made a difference in the case, apparently, or he determined that there wasn't an error, period. But what made it interesting was that their other motion was granted, which was that there wasn't sufficient evidence for the jury to come back with a verdict in this case. Now, it's very, very rare that that is granted, and a lot of people who have been convicted might be thinking right now, is that just some kind of a benefit he got by being an attorney? And the answer is no, or at least it shouldn't be. When that happens, the person who's being accused files something called a judgment notwithstanding the verdict. And as I mentioned previously, it just means that based on the things that the prosecution has to prove to convict somebody, the prosecution has not provided evidence to meet that minimum standard where a reasonable jury could have made that determination that that crime had actually been committed. So in this case, the attorney is going to be free to go until they retry the trial. The prosecutor will be able to do a new trial in this case, and he'll have to go back and defend. Of course, like usually happens in a case when so much is at stake, the prosecution will appeal and will look for a court of appeals to uphold the conviction in this case. So, as usual, if you have any questions, contact a local attorney. Check out our website at attorneysanantonio.com. Until next time, this is Micah McBride with Shumway Van Hansen.